Have you ever wondered what a tumor looks like? I had no idea what cancer looked like before I was diagnosed, so I thought I'd share. Fair warning, I had a very large tumor, so most tumors aren't this size. But let's take a look at what kidney cancer looks like. So this big old thing here is Newman. Newman is what I named the tumor on my right kidney. But first, let's get you oriented here, because when I used to see this image, I just thought it was a bunch of shading of black and white. I didn't know what any of it was. So for orientation, this is my back here. That's my stomach. And that little guy is what a kidney should look like, this little C-shaped organ. That is not what my right kidney looked like. And thus we present a problem. So in this image, my tumor was about 11.5 centimeters, but it was about 12 centimeters overall. Here is another example and view of it. So here is my spine and the massive tumor. You can see it was taking up a massive amount of space, which is just mind-blowing. Sometimes I just sit and think about that. My body figured out how to live with that thing. I mean, not super well. I had symptoms. So anyways, on that whole, it took us a while to find a thing. Yes, that is another tumor you see there in my liver. I was stage 4. And I now get to show you what a tumor in a liver looks like. So that little white ball there, that was one of about 15 tumors in my liver. Did she say 15? Yes. Which is also why sometimes I just sit here and think about how insane the human body is. I have a super rare cancer, which is part of the reason I've had the outcome I've had. But let's use it to learn a little bit more about it and tumors. So I'm going to come back to my liver in a minute and show you what a liver looks like when you have cut it up. And then we'll watch it regrow because that's super cool. Anyways, okay, so back to the kidney tumor. So this was Newman, and where it looks like Newman got hit by a giant asteroid. That is not medical terminology, but that's what it looks like to me. That is what is called a central scar. So central scars are a semi-common finding in oncocytomas, which are typically benign tumors. Mine did not catch that memo, which is why I said I have a super rare cancer, because it decided to go to my liver, which is what gave me a stage 4 diagnosis. There's single digits worldwide in history reported of that happening. Anyways, but central scars are more common. So let's talk about them. So the first time I saw this image, I was wondering, why does that happen? So basically what they think causes the central scar in an oncocytoma is that the tumor outgrows its blood supply. And when that happens, the inside of the tumor, that tissue dies. And the blood supply goes to feed the rest of the tumor, which are all of these bits you can see there. I don't know why. I think that's cool. I think it would have been cooler if all of the tumor died, but I still think that's a cool fact. All right, on to the liver. So we ended up doing 5 wedge resections of my liver, and this is what it looked like afterwards. It kind of looks like it got shot by a giant shotgun to me. Look at that giant hole. So that's actually a fluid collection, and I thought that was going to stick around forever because it was still on my scan several months afterwards. But what I find absolutely fascinating about the liver is that my liver went from this. Also, yes, in case you're also wondering what tumors look like, that's another one. Anyways, it went from that to this. I mean, I know it's not perfect, but I'm pretty proud of that little guy. Look at it. It grew back in. Also, I know I just showed you that the little highlighted white things in the liver were my tumor. Don't worry. That's not a tumor, and that's not a tumor. That's what can make reading scans so hard. So that is the blood moving throughout my liver. When you click the little images on the scan and you see it going through the liver, you can watch the blood travel and flow. That's how you can kind of tell the difference between a tumor and just blood flowing. Also, this is where I had one of my ablations, which is where we burned the tumor. So you can see where we cut it out, it grew back, and where we burned it, that's just dead liver tissue now. Anyways, so I think that's pretty cool. This video is really long. Let me know if you found it interesting though. Happy to make other ones showing where all the tumors were, including my bigger liver ones.